Hello everyone, it's Susan. Welcome to my crafty chit chat and slow stitching video. Um, let's see what we're going to work on today. So this is the journal cover that we stitched together. And this is our little ballerina girl over here to the right. And we're going to continue working on this today. So I still have the batting just pinned up in one, up on the top, sorry, with the blue lace in between the batting and the fabric cover. So I was going to take that off and add some lace to the cover. And I kind of changed my mind a little bit there because I really love the cover. I was just I kind of sat back and I'm like, well, I don't know that I want to cover up anything on here. So like, for example, I thought what I was going to do was like take some of this and, just maybe put it here and there or whatever. But in reality, I like it the way that it is. So I'm not going to do that. But with that being said, the first thing that we're going to do today is put this piece of lace down here. Now, I'm going to like fold this in half. It doesn't fold right because of this pin right here, but I'm not going to take that pin out. I just want to show you what we're going to do. So, you know how she doesn't have any feet? Well, that kind of bothers me. So what I thought is I could take a piece of this beautiful trim and we can just sew it down there. And it's going to look super pretty because what will happen is that, let me see if I can get this in here. Because what's going to happen is, and this is just to kind of show you, that is going to end up there. So having this here at the bottom, I thought looked super pretty. Doesn't it look nice together? Just enough. I love it. I think it's beautiful. So that is going to be our goal for today. We're going to sew that piece down there, and then we can start sewing the blue lace around the edges. And I also did want to take some of this lace, and on both sides we're going to stitch. I have to remember this. I just know I'm going to forget this part, but we're going to stitch it in here and on the other side of the journal, so that will be what we use to tie to close the journal. So that is the plan. Now what I don't want to do is, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It would be fine, but what I'm going to say is that I don't really want to sew anything on this batting. So like when we sew this right here, it's kind of weird, but because the only area that is pinned down is the top. So I'm going to kind of do this. So now the batting is not behind this fabric. And we're going to go ahead and place this down. I'm going to pin it on. And we're going to get this sewn on. And then we'll put the batting back behind it and we can start sewing the blue lace. So if this is your first time here, well, first of all, welcome. But the fabrics that I have on here, as well as all of the laces, everything, except for this little wooden pink polka dot bow And I just had to put that on there because it's something I've had in my stash for so many years, and it's like it was just perfect for right there. So I did end up putting that on. But besides that, everything else is from a giveaway from May. And I knew I wanted to put, use all of these fabrics on, something, some project. And this is that project. So, and I've used a lot of it. So I was like really happy to, be able to use what was sent to me for that giveaway. And this is a little hard to pull through. I usually don't like to struggle. Usually if I struggle with something, I end up a lot of times not doing it because I don't know why. It's like I guess I just don't want to struggle when I'm sewing. So, but this is fine. What else? All right, so I do have, oops, wait a minute. I do have the, I'm sure you can't see it, but there's like these clear sequin pieces that I'm kind of sewing through. Yeah. So that's making it a little bit harder to get through. But it's okay. It's okay. I do have something to share that I purchased at Michael's. I went to Michael's. When did I go? Probably on Friday, so just a few days ago. And I went to Michael's for something paper craft related. And I don't want to go too far over. And they didn't have what I was looking for at all. It's funny how, with Michael's, well, with any store, they must not sell as much scrapbook type products that they used to. Because I remember the day when, oh my gosh, you could go into Michael's and there would be such a nice selection, like all the single pieces of scrapbook paper and, all the pads and all of that. Oh my gosh, there was like, I don't know, maybe one aisle. I don't know. It was like really disappointing. But you know what, they do that and because of the sales. So I don't know. I don't know if people are not scrapbooking like they used to. I know I don't personally. But yeah, I don't know if scrapbooking is as popular as it used to be. I don't know. I'm sure people still scrapbook, but anyway, so I went there for something, a paper pad. I was looking for like a fall color scrapbook paper. And so they didn't have that. So I decided to just walk around the store. It was, it was, I think, like I said, it was Friday, I want to say afternoon, and it was quiet, and I don't know, I was just really enjoying just being there because I hadn't gone to Michael's in a long time. And yeah, so anyway, so I just kind of walked around the store to see what there was, and let me share with you what I bought, which obviously it was not planned, but okay, so in fact, let me open this because I want to show you. This is, well, I don't knit or crochet or anything like that. You know what? Let me just tear it apart. But when I saw this stuff, so first of all, the regular price is $10 for one of these skeins. and they had it marked down to $5. Well, I checked it on the price scanner, the price checker, and it was only $3. So even though it said it was $5, it was $3. So it was way less than 0.5%, or 50% off. So, and I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I don't know where the end is. So beautiful to use for couching. And I'm trying to find the end, which I never will. I'm just going to end up cutting my own end, probably, because that's normally what I do. So, in fact, I'm just going to do it. So let's just cut this. So, it comes apart super easily. I mean, look at that. It just comes apart. And so I could easily take a chunk of it like this and, oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. And, like to couch something, you put it on your fabric, and you can, put it any shape that you would want to put it. It can be straight or not. And then you stitch over it, over it, over it, over it. So it's just like a long, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it just sews it down with the stitches going over it. And it looks so pretty, and it's one of my favorite things to do. I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to get this stuff for $3. So I got that color, which is bisque. And I got, because I couldn't get just one, so I got 4. Yes, I got 4. And then this beautiful, what's it called? Teal. So this is the teal, and they were all $3, Like, look at how gorgeous that is. Isn't that beautiful? That would look actually really pretty on here. Super pretty. So I got the teal. And then because I'm into the autumnal colors, I got this, which is copper, this is the one that actually caught my eye, was this one. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh. And then the last one I got because, well, it's pink. It's called terracotta. I don't know. It's pink to me. But just beautiful. Just beautiful. Now this one has a different feel to it than the other 3. The other 3 are shinier, and this one is matte. So it looks to be a little bit different. You can still pull it apart easily. I think it's the exact same thing. But I guess the yarn itself is just a different yarn. But anyway, so those are the 4 that I got. And yeah, so I'm excited to have those. So what I'll do is I'll cut a whole bunch of pieces and I'll put them here next to me in my bins, so that I have like small pieces like this. This so much reminds me of like a horse's mane or tail or something. But anyways, so that I can just grab a piece for when I'm working on something. Because if I don't have room to put these huge skeins on my, in my bins. But if I put them away, I won't use them. So it's best for me to cut pieces off of here and just have it within arm's reach. And then it is a lot easier for me to use. So yeah, so I was excited for that find. I definitely was. And I looked around the rest of the store. I didn't spend a lot of time there. Yeah, I didn't. I just walked around the store once after looking through the scrapbook stuff. And yeah. So, and I also bought some of the Tombow adhesive, the replacement, well, this right here. I bought some of that. Now, I don't like buying that at Michael's only because of how expensive it is. So it was $11 or $12 for 3 of these in a package. And like I said, I don't normally do that, but there was a coupon, and because the yarn was, you know, on clearance already, you know, a coupon won't work with that stuff. So I used it to get some of that adhesive. And so, you know, I got it using a coupon, and that's really the only way I'm going to do that, because that's ridiculous. I remember when it was $9 for one of those packs of 3. And yeah, so I don't like spending, you know, a lot of money on adhesives. I just don't, right? I mean, I want to have good adhesive. That's why I do purchase the Tombow, because I think it's really good. But yeah, I don't want to do that. And there was a time where I would purchase much less expensive adhesive online. And then when I didn't use it for a while and I tried using it again, it just didn't stick. So in reality, you know, trying to save that money, I ended up losing money because it just wasn't good anymore. I ended up literally throwing out a whole bunch of adhesives like that. So for the most part, you know, I don't mind going to, you know, well, I don't really go to the dollar store, but when I do, like, I don't mind picking up this kind of stuff, because this to me is like really good adhesives. This one wasn't from the dollar store, but they do have them. They're a little smaller than that. So like that I don't mind having, because like I said, I think that they are good adhesives. They're small, but that's okay. You know, I like having them. I like having an assortment of adhesives. So, oopsie daisy. I just made a knot, a really good knot. Oh, uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to be getting this one undone. Huh. One moment, please. Let me just see if I can get this. Normally, I don't know why, but I pulled that really tight. And yep, so now, and sometimes, sometimes you can do that. Now there is a little knot in there, and I'm going to have to really pull it through, but I think I can. Let's see. If not, we'll have to go to plan B. No, it's not going through. So my little knot, where'd it go? Where is it? Where is it? I don't even see the knot. Maybe it went through a little bit. All right, what I'm going to have to do is this. So I just took the thread out of my needle. I'm going to unthread just a little bit. And one of my viewers had mentioned to me a while back, many weeks ago, about when you're trying to take threads out, use the eyelet part of the needle, not the pointy part. And ever since she said that to me, that's what I've done. And it really works. It makes a difference. It's much easier to pull things out. All right, so what I think I'll do is I'll just pull out one more, and then we're going to knot it. I don't know where that knot went. Oh, here it is, right here. So what we're going to do is, ow, ooh, ouch, I just stuck myself, is we're going to knot this, and then we will basically start again. So you just kind of have to hold it down and pull, and now it's knotted, just like as if it were the end of the thread I was using. So that's it. So now I can start again. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. But a lot of times, I don't know, I catch that there's something wrong and I can pull it out. I just have to make sure that I cut that knot off. I don't want that knot. So you might notice as I'm doing this, I'm realizing I have this little burn on my hand. Well, so I've been into baking and from scratch. And so on Friday, for the first time, I made a vanilla cake, from scratch. And and I also did the buttercream buttercream icing. And I also made from scratch a nice fudge brownie. And I've done the brownie before, one other time. And we liked it. Excuse me. So I made that again. And the reason I did all of this was because my son had flown down to Texas. I live in New Jersey. He had flown down to Texas last Wednesday. And him and a friend were driving his friend's truck back here to Jersey. Well, as it turns out, it's a 26.5-hour drive. 26.5 hours, and they did it in 2 days. And yeah, so, and he was here for a few days. And today's Sunday when I'm actually making this video. So I wanted to have some stuff here. I didn't know what they were going to be, doing out and about. And yeah, so that's why I decided to have that stuff on hand. And I even froze. So when I made the vanilla cake, I made it in two smaller, I did a 6-inch round, and then I did, a loaf pan. So I did 2 smaller size cakes, and I froze one of them. And so we have one. It's almost gone. And I made the buttercream ice cream. Why do I keep saying that? Icing. And let me tell you about this icing. So I always thought that buttercream icing had buttermilk in it. No. It has nothing to do with buttermilk. Milk. There's the only thing that goes into the buttercream icing it's the butter. It is the confectioner's sugar or the white powder. A very small amount, like a couple tablespoons of milk, regular milk. And then if you want to add any flavoring or anything like that, you can. And so I put just a little bit of vanilla in it. And man, it was sweet. It was really, oh no, look, I sewed that and I didn't have this down far enough. Are you serious? That's what I get for sewing and talking. All right, you know, I have to pull this out. I have to pull this out. So obviously I won't be I don't know if I'll be finishing this with you. I would like to get at least the top of this done. So yeah, so I was like really surprised, first of all, because every time I bought buttercream from the store, you know, like if I had a cake done or if there's cupcakes, I always liked the buttercream. And I would always put it in the refrigerator because I thought that it had buttermilk in it. Well, now I know. Now I know that it does not. So much for that. So I'm learning all kinds of things with this baking. And so that was fun. I was a little surprised, though, of how sugary it tastes when there's absolutely, well, no sugar except for that white confectioner sugar. So I guess it is sugar, but it's not like sugar. I don't know. I was surprised. That's all I'm saying, is I was surprised of the taste, and I was surprised that there was no buttermilk in it. Because I have some buttermilk in the fridge because I was making biscuits a few weeks ago from scratch. And so they're buttermilk biscuits. And so I have, let me make sure I grab this. I'm going to go up a little bit more. I know that the blue doesn't go too far down, but I just wasn't thinking about that. You know, the blue lace. But I'm going to see, because not that it's hard, but I have to make sure that I'm grabbing 3 things when I sew, right? So every time I stitch, I need to make sure that I'm getting the fabric, the blue, and the blue lace and the batting. So, and I wasn't making sure. Oh well. So anyways, so I did all of that on Friday. Oh, and I made baked ziti. So I had that. And, you know, and of course I went to the grocery store and I bought, I don't know, just all kinds of snacks and everything. I don't know if you're like me, but, you know, I need to have like an overabundance of options, right? You know, I don't know. And so I did. So, you know, I had all the fruit, I had the cookies, I had the chips, you know, just all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so, but it was really fun having my son's friend here from Texas. The way that they know each other, they've been friends for 10 years and never met before. And through Xbox, through racing on Xbox. And he has 2 little boys, so he left the little boys, a 3 and a 5-year-old, in Texas with his wife. And they drove, him and my son drove from Texas to Jersey, and with a trailer, like a 24-foot trailer, closed trailer, because he took a car back with him, my son's Miata. And he actually brought a different Miata up to my son. I don't know, it's very confusing, but anyways, it's done. And yeah, so that was fun. But then I did the, like I said, all of that baking, and I made the baked ziti. And, oh, how did we get onto that? It was all because of this. So at some point, I was taking something out of the oven, and I hit my hand, you know, on the rack. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I've done worse. I've done worse. You know, I have like other scars from many years ago from ovens. Ovens and I, we don't get along very well together. um, but all right, so we got that sewn on. Yay! Yay, yay. All right, that was good. So I think what I'll do for today, we'll call this video done for today because I've been jabbering on about like everything. And so the next step will be to continue. Let me make sure this is all on now. Yes, it is. Okay. Will be to continue to sew the blue lace around, and we'll sew the tie on. I was thinking of even just, I mean, it's going to be underneath here. I was even thinking of just putting this whole piece, because I have a nice long piece here. But then I'm like, well, and I think that that would help it. Oh, you know, maybe I need to do that, because as that's being used to close this, right, to tie it in a bow or a loose knot or whatever, to close the journal. So it would go like this. So this is going to fold in half this way. And then, yeah, you know, I think I'm going to do this. And then these two pieces would come out. And so if I sew this down, and that lace is going to be here, the blue lace will be on the sides as well. Then as this is being pulled to tie it, it's not gonna come off. So like if I had like cut this like maybe right here and sewn it, like there's a lot greater chance of this coming off at some point, because it's gonna be pulled, right? It's gonna be used a lot. So I think by having this all the way through, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So this was actually good doing this with you guys, because now I just figured that out. That will definitely be better. But yeah, so I'm going to keep that in there for now, because I'm going to figure out how long do I need this piece of lace, and because I don't want to forget it. And then I'm going to come and I'll, you know, just pin like this, you know, side here, and then I'm going to pin that underneath, and then we'll get that sewn like that. Oh, now see, that's a little odd up there. Huh, that should really, I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. What should I do up there in that corner? And all the corners are going to look like that. Can you see that? There's like a little hole. What am I going to do? Interesting. I may have to, I think that's what I have to do, is sew it onto the batting, even though I didn't want to do that, because then I can make this longer. And then there's no little hole up in the corner. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. And that will look pretty. I'll just have to cut the batting down a little bit because I can see it right now. So that's my plan as of this moment. I don't know, we're good. And then this is going to be sewn on the inside cover. All right, so that is it for today. Let's see. So I have my Wednesday video, which is my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which is, of course, stitching. If you would like to check out my Wednesday video, even last Wednesdays, I put them out every Wednesday. And then on Friday, I have a new collaboration with Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. And it's an open collaboration, so anybody can join in. And yeah, I'll make sure I put below my video explaining what that's all about. But it's literally, it's about, you know, picking a bin of some sort and using something in that bin to inspire and to make something out of. The collab is actually called Pick a Bin, Make a Tag. So you don't have to make a tag, but that's, you know, that's what it is. So anyway, so that's it. So thank you so much for being here today. And I'm loving this little thing here. I'm loving it. And I will see you next Monday. So have a wonderfully blessed week. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.